And if I were starting a brand new account in 2022, these are the 5 heroes that I would level, plus a tank. Probably Rufus.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and I want to talk a little bit about the most efficient team that you can build right now in Hero Wars Facebook and web. If you're a newer or a mid-range player and you're still trying to find your way, I want to discuss a little bit of the activities in the game currently and how they are kind of persuading you to level certain specific heroes and how to minimize the overall number of heroes that you need to level. Today is February 28th, and tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time / 11 p.m. Central Time for Hero Wars Web and Facebook respectively, there is a Nebula Heroic Doll event going live. This is one of those 4 task events: spend energy, spend emeralds, log in, and then get VIP. You're going to earn Nebula dolls as well as some Nebula soul stones and other assorted materials. And Nebula is an interesting hero in that she's a support hero. Technically, she's a support healer, and she will fit into a large variety of teams based on her position. She boosts the damage output of the hero in front of and behind, or the 2 closest in many instances, as well as a couple of other things: energy management, a little bit of heals, a little bit of debuff removal, as well as a little bit of single target damage. Nebula is a fantastic hero that many people will level up, and she's relatively easy to get. If you don't have her, I would try to get her to at least 2 or 3 stars just to try her out. But this kind of leads into the question of what all are the support heroes that you should be leveling? What are all the control and swap in heroes that you should be leveling based on the different activities in the game? And I thought it would be interesting to kind of run through things. But 2 things: first of all, this is all my opinion. Things could change dramatically between now and the next 6 months from now. And second, we're going to start from the top and move backwards. And what I mean by that is we're going to go with the highest tier activity that you can participate in that's not PvP, because PvP changes dramatically every single day. Your arena matchups change every day. Your guild war matchups change every day. And of course, there's no crossover war or global championship here on Hero Wars Facebook and web like there is on Hero Wars Mobile. The first thing that we need to look at is the boss fight against lolOSH. Now, we all know by now the top 5 heroes to use. There's a couple of heroes you need to swap in and out for that team to make it work at different levels of difficulty. But you can see here that the Cradle of the Stars with lolOSH the baby god is currently the most difficult player versus environment guild-based activity that is in this version of Hero Wars. And while you need 5 teams of 5 in order to be effective against lolOSH, you really need to start with a first team of 5, and a well-leveled team of 5 will take the place of teams 4 and 5 in your lineup. Let me say that again. If you have a strong 5 members of the lolOSH team, you will not need to level 25 heroes. You'll only need to level 10 or 15 heroes, which in the long run, because this is a resource management game, it will save you a ton of time and money. Now, you can see right here that soon, new bosses, new challenges await the Guardians soon. There will eventually be a new boss in the Guild Raid Phase 2 system. Is it going to be the same 5 heroes? Probably not. We're probably going to need something else. Maybe some critical hits, maybe some dodge, maybe some more magic damage. It's hard to say what the developers are going to challenge us with, but for now, if I were a new player right now, I would build the lolOSH team. Not only is an exceptional team against this the most difficult player versus environment task, but it's also a decently effective team in the PvP activities. Let's examine these heroes in a little bit more detail. We have Isaac, who is the tank in this lolOSH team. We have a counter mage hero, massive silences, boosts the damage output of physical attacking teams. He's a engineer, so he boosts other engineers. He's a great hero to have leveled up to swap into just about any team to counter enemy Auroras, enemy mage teams, enemy Celestes. Great hero to have leveled up. You have Ju, who is one of the best boss killing heroes in the entire game. Also, pretty strong damage dealer on his own. Great in arena, great in guild wars. Very strong hero all around. You definitely want him in the campaign as well. We're already talking about Nebula, her role as a support. Sebastian, one of the best heroes in the game. Boosts damage output for critical hit teams. Prevents debuffs from being applied to your team. Amazing hero to have leveled up. Arguably one of the best heroes in the game with Isaac and 1 or 2 others. And then Martha, one of the best healers in the game. Easy to counter. All of these heroes are relatively easy to counter in PvP, but Martha is one of the top 3 healers, if not the best healer in the game. You have these 5 heroes. All of these excel, obviously, fighting lolOSH, but elsewhere, they're incredible. Look at this. You have damage dealer, you have supports, You have healer. What do you really need? Well, you need a tank. Pick a tank. Tank doesn't matter. Whatever tank you like. I prefer Astaroth. Rufus is good. Aurora is great. You could even level up Chaba anymore if you want to. Just pick any tank to go with this. Swap out one of these heroes, whatever, and you're good. Well, then you might say, well, what about, you know, I don't like Zhu. I don't like leveling up Zhu. I like, I don't know, Kira instead. I want to do Kira instead. Well, you know, whenever you're dealing with this lineup, instead of using Zhu in this lineup, you could absolutely use Kira. So let's say that you decided to use, I don't know, for the funny thing, let's just use Chaba as the tank. Don't pay any attention to the pets. The pets are just going to auto-assign. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's say that you really like Kira. Okay, let's just say that you really like Kira. So Chaba, Kira, not the best pairing, but still pretty effective, right? We can use the same group of heroes. All you need to do is add a tank to the Osh team and then add your damage dealer in for Zhu. Now, you're still going to want to level up Zhu to a decent level in order for him to be effective against the boss and other bosses in this game, but you could just as easily use Kira in a lot of situations. You can't say the same thing for all damage dealers like Kai or Maya or Dante, but if Kira is your girl, then level up Kira as well as these other heroes. And you can pretty much do this with really anybody. Kai, or maybe you really like Kark. I mean, there are better Kark lineups, of course. You could use Satori. The lineups are going to be dependent on other things. You could even use Lars, although I wouldn't use Lars and Krista. I don't think that I would level a Twins team in 2022. You can even go one step further and build in some synergistic lineups like Cleaver Peppy, or you know, like I do. I build Kark Faceless for my lineup. You can swap out your supports for whatever, and then my tank of choice, of course, is Astaroth. So you can see with just a very small amount of heroes, 5, 6, 7, 8 heroes, you can be effective at the most important group thing in the game, the thing that your guild needs you for more than anything, as well as leveling up basically whatever team you want. Now, you might not like Martha as a healer, and that's going to complicate things a little bit more. A lot of people really love Celeste. A lot of people really love Dorian, Thea, Maya, Marcus. All of those are fantastic heroes that do great in the heal role, but they are a little bit less efficient to level up than Martha right now. It just arguably is less efficient. So let's take a look at other things in the game, starting with the arena. High level arena does matter. You know, you get emeralds every day. You do get some other rewards, hero XP potions, which does not matter at in-game, arena coins, gold, and of course, like I mentioned, the emeralds. Just merely attacking and getting a high position every day is going to earn you some emeralds, but in the grand scheme of things, getting 650 emeralds per day is doable, but it will take a very long time to get to the point that you're able to hold position 1 in arena every single day. So as a new or mid-range player, you should aspire to get there, but I would focus more on the overall aspect of the game, all the other activities in the game, aside from this one specific activity. Let's take a look at Grand Arena. You do technically need 3 teams for Grand Arena. However, the rewards that you get are based on your position hourly, so getting and maintaining position 1 doesn't matter as much. You're going to get Grand Arena coins just for, you know, attempting this every day, or, you know, once a week or whatever. Your ranking score that you get every day is based on either the highest arena or Grand Arena. Whichever rank you have that's higher, arena or Grand Arena, that's going to determine what your daily ranking reward is going to be. Now, 2 things to say about this. First of all, it's going to be way easier to level up 5 heroes than it is to level up 15 heroes, obviously, right? But on the other side of things, you're going to need 10 or 15 heroes leveled up in order to be competitive against some of the puzzles that the high level arena is going to throw at you. So you may end up needing 10 or 15 heroes leveled up to be competitive in both regardless. Then you take a look at the tower. Literally any heroes will work on the tower as long as they're well leveled up and defended. You have a tank and a healer and a damage dealer, you're going to be fine, so it doesn't really matter there. Airship is completely random based on power level only. You have the pet adventures, and the adventures do matter at very high level, which heroes you have leveled up, but I would say that for the most part, the lolOSH team does great in here. You have a physical damage dealer, you have some pure damage to counter anybody that's blocking physical damage. If you add in a tank to the lolOSH team and drop Nebula or Sebastian, you have a great lineup to be really effective at just about any adventure. One of the issues that you're going to run into, though, is bosses in Outland. So you take a look at some of these boss fights. You got to pick specific heroes for those bosses. So for example here, Vadjar is immune to magic attacks, prevents ranged heroes from fighting. If you take a look at the heroes that are in here, you have Nebula, which is already going to be leveled up. You do not have really any other hero from the lolOSH team. So Vadjar you're going to struggle with, but you don't need a ton invested in order to beat these Outland heroes. I will be doing a guide if I haven't already. I'll link it in the top right hand corner right now as well. One of the things that I would recommend you do as you look into these Outland boss fights is the inexpensive heroes that will support multiple teams. So just taking a look at this as an example, you're going to want Morgan. Morgan is a great support counter hero that you can level up for multiple team lineups, multiple defenses, multiple offensive strategies. Iris is an amazing counter to just about every tank in the game. So is Ching Mao. You also have a couple of tanks in here. You are going to need 3 tanks eventually, so maybe pick one of the tanks out of here to level up pretty high and use them as your Vadjar tank, and then stack Morgan, Nebula, maybe Iris together and see what you can do. You'll probably get pretty far with this lineup. Brog is going to be another problem. There are no heroes you can use against Brog in the lolOSH team, and this is going to be the least efficient part of this video. Again, you do have some great support heroes in here. Jorgen is great on support. Helios is great to counter critical hit heroes. Leon is great to counter area of effect attacking heroes. You have a couple of great healers in here, Thea, Marcus, Celeste, and Maya. You have a couple of great tanks in here, Astaroth and Aurora. So pick a tank that will fight against Brog really well. And like I said, pick a tank that fights against Vadjar really well. And then your third tank, make it one against Ilyssa. But, you know, we'll talk about Ilyssa in just a second. Check out the video on the top right hand corner on how to fight Brog. Again, it's a pretty straightforward fight once you have a couple of these heroes leveled up, but I don't want you to focus on high level Outland fighting right now. The rewards you get as you level up the bosses that you're fighting every day, it doesn't really change that much. It does change, but not that much. So I wouldn't really concern yourself with fighting high-level Outland bosses yet. Just get there eventually. I've been playing this game for 3 years, and you can see that I'm only on level 65 on Ilyssa here. Now, the cool thing about Ilyssa is a very well-leveled Isaac is going to be really all you need. If you take a look at the hero options here, you have Isaac, you have Martha, you have Zhu, you have Sebastian. Look at those 4. Those 4 on the lolOSH team. Add in a 5th hero. Really anybody will work. I had some good luck with Ginger, with Fox, with Artemis, with Jet, with Dante, with Cornelius. Check out the video on the top right hand corner right now. It's the video where I discuss how to defeat Ilyssa pretty effectively. In fact, I go all the way to level 160 Ilyssa. This is going to be the most efficient Outland boss for your lolOSH team. Then as we continue through the rest of the activities in the game, you have the Guild War, which, you know, you can just use Martha as a healer. Choose whatever tank that you chose to go with. Initially, for me, it was Astaroth. You could use Chaba, you can use Aurora, like I mentioned earlier. You can use Zhu in the Guild War, or throw in another damage dealer of your choice, Kira, Kai, whoever you need it to be. And, you know, you're not going to be the best in Guild Wars. You're not going to be able to defeat everybody every day, but really, the Guild War is more about who spent more and who has the most support heroes leveled up, who has the most counter heroes leveled up. As long as you have a strong tank, damage dealer, and healer, and really those 3 do not matter. Any tank will work, any damage dealer will work, and any healer will work in Guild Wars. As long as you have those 3 and a nice variety of support heroes to swap in and out, you're going to be great in Guild Wars. You're going to do just fine. You're not going to win 100% of the fights, but nobody does. Nobody wins 100% of the fights. Maybe people that have every hero maxed out, maybe they win 100% of the fights. And then really, what's left? Nothing. That's really all the activities. Let me know in the comment section down below if I am missing something. But this team right here, plus a tank that works against Brog, and another tank maybe that works against Vadjar, maybe another damage dealer or 2, a couple more support heroes like I mentioned, like Helios and Morgan for specific counter cases. The name of the game is to level as few heroes as possible to get as far along as possible. And if I were starting a brand new account in 2022, these are the 5 heroes that I would level, plus a tank. Probably Rufus. I like the aesthetic of Rufus a lot, and I've already got a pretty strong Astaroth. Don't forget that we live stream Monday through Friday. There's 2 videos on screen right now that are going to be very beneficial for you new or mid-range players. Please watch them after this if you've got some time. Please consider leaving this video a like if you found it helpful. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.